What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Hall of Game podcast. It is a live stream show. And again, we are here rocking with another topic with you, brothers. And I do appreciate all of your support. All of us do. We really thank you, brothers. We've been hinting at doing this show for a while. I mean, obviously, this show is for the talented African American men, the brothers who are interested in the business, the tech, career changers, professional schools. We cover all of those things here on the show with a different outlet of people that can gravitate towards the topics based on their skill set. But last night we had a pretty good show, really, really good show. And today we're coming a little bit more center again. Is it possible that black men can practice penis discipline or dick discipline? So we want to talk about that. We have four brothers, two out of the Detroit area, one out of South Carolina. I'll let Brother Gabe introduce himself. He's my co-host all the time on the Hall, and we'll let him introduce himself and get his bragathon on.
Man. Thanks for having me again, Gabe here on YouTube. Background in electrical engineering, transition in automotive, the nuclear, the cybersecurity. Currently working as a cybersecurity consultant. So I'm here to just give out game and happy to be here with the rest of the brothers to kind of just kick back and give you guys game and kind of give a lot of experiences that we've been going through. And hopefully a lot of people who are listening, younger brothers, older brothers, hopefully everybody can pick up something out of this. So just happy to be here for sure.
All right. Thank you so much. Brother Hassani Ali, brother. Coach, rather.
Hassani Ali from the D, your men's empowerment blogger, coach, and advocate. And first, let me start by starting the show by congratulating both Gabe and Brother O'Shea. Gabe for his big interview that he did on the tech field on another brother's channel.
And O'Shea appreciate it.
and O'Shea for those 10,000 subscribers on Facebook. Since nobody wants us, since nobody else wants to celebrate us, I'll do it myself.
Thanks,
all
man.
Right, thank you. And thank you to all you Negroes, man, that went over. Oh, y'all gonna be liking tonight too. But appreciate all you brothers following us over on the Facebook platform. Thank you so much. And then definitely let's go to our brother Dr. Dee.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Dee coming again straight from South Carolina. 20 years of technology experience. Just here again to express and help out on this topic, and I'm glad to be on the panel with Gabe, Hassan Ali, and with my man O'Shea Duke Jackson. So let's get it cracking.
All right, and shout out to Brother Yardley. I'm guilty already. Brother Surf and Turf, thank you for making that recent late bloomer video and corresponding podcast. We all love and appreciate what you do. Thank you, Brother Surf, always supporting. You got that good cigar in there, boy. So we're gonna get to it, man. We talk a whole lot about professional development, and I do want to thank you brothers on the channel. Although my content, you guys know, I do like this, but I do have that nigga gene. I like roasting people. I like the bullshit, but you guys keep me centered on what's important, and I do appreciate you. Thank you, Jessica. And we talk a whole lot about things and tips that black men can do to change careers, professional schools, entrepreneurship, all of that. But what can get lost in the conversation is once you achieve those things or on your way to achieve those things, how you can lose those things by just being a horny ass nigga and fucking up all of your accomplishments in the process. And, a lot of, even in the Bible, you had King David, and there's always been some story about great men who have fallen due to lack of dick discipline. But I want to start off with Dr. Dee first. What's your take on this particular topic, brother?
Well, my take on it is black men, we have to practice better discipline. The guy with the comment that just came up, late bloomer, especially if you're a late bloomer like myself and like some of the guys on the panel or some of the guys in the chat, being a late bloomer, your life, you've been working hard to get to a point, and all of a sudden you cross over the mountaintop and you say, wow, I made it. And all of a sudden, women are throwing themselves at you, spreading their legs, doing everything to try to get your attention. And if you never had that attention before, it's hard to process it. And you're saying to yourself, what do I do? What do I do? Should I hit it? Should I ignore her? And the old thing about ignoring women, they'll go away. As we all know, if you ignore women, they seem to come on to you worse. That does not work. Ignoring women does not work. They'll come on to you worse. And especially if you're a guy, as we say, a high performing guy, and you have all your shit together, women are going to throw themselves at you. And it might be somebody at work. It might actually be, if you got a girlfriend or wife, it might be a friend of theirs. Great men have ruined their lives and their fortunes. Oche was just saying this about King David. Even in the Bible, banging women, trying to cover up things, thinking, well, if I sleep with her, ain't nobody gonna find out. There are a lot of black men that have slept with their cousins' girlfriends behind their back, and it caused the family to dissolve. Not only can it ruin business, it can ruin family. So you have to practice discipline, not only before you get there, while you're going through the process, because there are going to be women. They say, "Oh, you got a good work ethic. I'm a tag on to your coat, and we're gonna rise to the top." So all of a sudden that night, you done drink that Hennessy, you done went to that party. She called you and say, "I'm late," and you like, "Shit, I done threw my whole life down the drain because I couldn't practice discipline." And I'm gonna say this: and you made a video with somebody. Put on that latex before you get your paycheck.
I know that's right. Go ahead, brother Ali, and thank you, brothers. Marcus Love, the anti-police, brother Tony Davis. Well, what's going on with you? I'm glad you talked about the late bloomer. But now, brother Hassani, were you a late bloomer, brother?
Kind of. I would say, I've always, was in the dating game, but I didn't really excel till late high school, college.
Right.
Like late high school, college. But when I got there, it was on. Let me tell you. But what I will say is the discipline that you display and the discipline that you put on yourself not only makes you more valuable. And here's the thing about this Hall of Game is all these doctors be taking my talking points. So you always got to find something else to come up with. But no, and Dr. D was right, is that not only does it make you more valuable, but also you find out that sex isn't the most important thing in life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you think about brothers who can't produce, that's their talking point for everything is, like, hey, I got my master's. Well, I smashed 3 chicks last weekend. Okay, great. Like it, having sex with 3 women in a weekend compared to getting your master's. I mean, one of them brings home, higher earnings, and the other one can take away from your earnings. But again, you know what I mean? We take that sexual energy and we always waste it, but we could, pick up a hobby, try things that brothers usually don't do, camping, gardening, taking up a sport, something to use that energy for. So when girls are chasing you, you're sitting there like, don't want to mess with this chick. Nah, I've got to finish that project. I have a deadline. It makes you prioritize your life. And if you are always willing to put a project on hold just so you can go, 25 minutes to rumble in the bed, then it shows what controls you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're willing to put that down, imagine how many chicks will find you valuable without, that's not even with the game. Mm-hmm. If your game it's the no game. If you could say no, then, a chick's looking at you like, how dare you say no to me? Mm-hmm. And you're like, of course I can say no to you. I got more, I got stuff going on. I'm achieving, I'm climbing the corporate ladder, or I have a business. You're chasing me for my stuff. And again, having the sexual discipline can either, build you up or it can destroy you. And we'll leave it at that.
All right, Brother Gabe. Let
me tell you, I think these are all amazing points that these brothers bring up. I want to add on and really add on to a lot of what the brothers were saying. And I want to look at it from a perspective, or attack it from a perspective of preventative measures of the ill effects of not having discipline with your members. I think the major thing that, and I love that example that you give as it concerns David, King David, because one thing that happened when he had got caught up in that whole adulterous situation, taking another man's wife. You know, if you look at the scripture, you can see that it speaks about what David was supposed to be doing at that time.
David at war.
David was supposed to be at war, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was not doing the thing that he was supposed to be doing, just as Brother Hassani said, right? And I think that a prerequisite to the ill effects of discipline is laziness and not being a part of your, or not doing something that's in the line with your purpose. Mm-hmm. Perfect example, right? A lot of times, just as Hassani was saying, brothers have their priorities mixed up. They want to do this and that and this and that, but those things don't add up to anything productive. So I would say that a prerequisite is laziness. A lot of y'all dudes is lazy and don't really have nothing going for yourself. So therefore, you result to women. I mean, if women is the only thing on your mind, if women are the only thing that you focused on getting and producing in life, then your discipline is off. And yeah, you are going to result, like you are going to have the ill effects of those encounters with women. So, you know, I mean, hey, it's just stop being lazy. I mean, laziness and not being a part of your purpose will definitely put you in a bad situation with women.
All right. Let me take a different approach because all y'all niggas probably got more discipline than me. I have it to a certain degree. And let me just say this. I know myself. So, you know, when it came up for a chance for me to come to Poland, I knew that I would do good there because it's so far from what I'm attracted to. You know, like I don't know if I would have did as well if I would have been in Atlanta or and even it takes me a certain level of discipline to be in Africa where you know, it's asses everywhere. I'm just going to be a little bit more frank. I hope you guys don't get offended because I do agree with what you're saying. It's true. But the shit is a lot easier said than done. Okay? Especially, I mean, come on, man. Especially if you a nigga and you a late bloomer. See, like me, I wasn't necessarily a late bloomer, but I was fucking on chicks. And I'm going to be a little explicit. I hope you guys forgive me. I was fucking on chicks. I was practicing on the ones that I could get. So if they was fat, if they was big booty, ugly, whatever I was able to get, that's what I was dealing with at the time. And I was trying to deny it like I didn't fuck, but that I was fucking her. I'm not gonna lie. That was me. Okay. One time I got drunk, it was a girl was so big, I think I fucked her in section. This is some real shit. It was true. I mean, I was doing a lot, man. And that's just really what it is. I know that it's harder than saying, you know, because a lot of guys, like, you know, once we get to a certain level, like where we are at, it's okay to, but when you're 21 and your dick hard and you're 18 when your dick hard when the wind blow, and it's different. It's a different conversation. You know, when you young and got your hairline, you want to fuck. I understand because that's what a lot of young niggas is, you know, and let me go just be, I'm gonna be honest. Pussy is good. I'm just gonna take off the break. It's good. It's really good. Okay? It's really good. We're gonna be real about it, man. We could talk. Pussy is good. I know I'm being nasty now. I know, but this is me. I'm fucking on my own shit. Pussy is good. It is excellent. We're gonna just be honest about this shit. And a lot of these niggas, especially, they have been waiting their whole life. They've been getting told no. You've been on the bus stop, nigga. Your breath was stinking. And listen, and now you got some money. And part of the reason why you were so motivated in the first place when you were a young man is because these chicks was not giving me the ass. And now I got it. Now it's time for me to get my fucking. And I'm gonna tell you like this: you are going to do, because if we tell you not to go do it, you will say in the chat that you're not gonna do it, but it's gonna be you niggas eating booty and all this other stuff. This is what y'all gonna be doing. We know it. Everybody, me, Gabe, Hassani, Dr. We can't be in the room with you, thank God. But we know what you niggas are gonna be doing. We know this, okay? What I'm gonna tell you is this. If you're the kind of nigga that is lacking that experience and you don't have the discipline, if you feel that you need to get it out of your system, I understand it, right? But here's a situation. There's things that you can take as a precautionary thing to get it out your system. You know, wear protection. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Some niggas got to go to the DR and do their thing and come back. Some niggas go to Brazil. You can do it like that. You can give yourself scheduled fuck tours or whatever, however some of you niggas do it. Because for some of y'all, it's just not, y'all don't have enough discipline right now in your life to say, I'm just focused on this. I'm going to just jack off all the time and look at X videos. Y'all not going to do that, right? We know that some of y'all not going to do that. What I will say is this, is that everybody has to make mistakes to get better. Same thing with the rookie quarterback. When you throw a rookie quarterback in the game in the NFL season, you could talk to him about all the defenses. You could talk to him about all the coverages. He's going to throw those interceptions. And unfortunately, one of the things about being a man is fucking. And a lot of times we shy away from that. But fucking is a part of life. And fucking is good. Okay? It is. We're just going to be honest. This is a part of a man's life. Fucking is a part of what men do. But here's the situation. For some of you niggas that are not where we are at mentally, where we can like take it or leave it, and Gabe is married, now I can go without it. I ain't tripping. But some of y'all got to get there. I'm going to say one thing that my grandfather told me when I was coming up, when I was even 12 and 13. I was chasing them already. Just horny, running around the neighborhood and shit. I wasn't getting none, but I was thinking about it. He told me, he said, son, there's two things that are always going to be here. Water and women. They're going to always be there. But see, I can tell you that, and if you a motherfucker that's not going to receive it, you can know that I'm telling you the truth, and it's not going to mean nothing to you because it's going to be hard because every night, and the testosterone, we know a lot of you black motherfuckers, you know, it's for some of y'all want to, you know, this is y'all horny all the time. We could talk about this because we got to have these conversations for black men and be honest. What I'm going to tell you is this. If you got to go ahead on and use Paul Molina, if you got to go to YouPorn, if you got to go to X videos, some of you need to go to OnlyFans. You're going to have times where Paul Molina is going to take you through. I'm just going to be honest. We got to be honest about this thing. Paul Molina is going to take you through some rough nights, player. If you're going to get to where you need to go, get you an iPad, dust that motherfucker off, and get the Wi-Fi, lock the door, make sure nobody walk in on you, and do what you got to do. But you're going to have this mindset to get to where we at. Because here's the situation. A lot of you guys are missing out on opportunities for the ass. You niggas going to the club the night you're supposed to be doing the work. You know what I'm saying? You spending time with your girls. Let me tell you this real quick, right? When you're young, you don't realize this. Women take up a man's energy. Okay? A lot of times. Now, unless you're lucky like Gabe has a busy wife and all that, but a lot of times for a guy who hasn't got there yet, women take up a man's energy. So the more you're dealing with women and the more you know, with them, as the less productive, typically, especially if you're a young guy and it's not a committed relationship, it's going to take away from your power. Okay. But you have to learn these things if you don't have the experience. And a lot of you niggas are just getting the experience. And as you get there and as you get to maturity, because I don't want to talk down to nobody or whatever. I mean, I do, but I'm just going to be honest. Some of you guys are not going to be there yet. Some of y'all need to get the Paul Molina together. Some of y'all need to go to Dominican Republic, go there. Some of y'all, there's somebody, there are other things, but just understand, women are always going to be here. Anybody over the age of 40 going to tell you that, and it's easier said than done, but you got to be committed to this. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. If you be committed to yourself, you will have all the pussy that you want from whoever you want, for the most part. If you do what you're supposed to do in this life, it's going to be a lot of fucking you're going to be able to do if that's your goal. Okay? But if you don't do that shit right now and focus right now, you're going to be relegated to fucking the girls you don't like, are miserable, are fat and dusty. So focus on what you need to do right. Do be like Gabe. Do what you got to do when you're young. All right, I'm done. I'm sorry. I had to be a little. I'm sorry. I had to be a nigga. I had to be a nigga. I apologize.
You left out Spank Bang and
yeah. Oh man, here we go.
look, yeah, nigga. Listen, hold on one second. I'm the kind of nigga that will have a female in the bed but naked thick. I'm still on X videos, nigga. So don't hey, why she there? You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know. But go ahead, y'all.
Well, I know when I was in high school, you know, black men and the black community, we measure our masculinity by how many women we can get. You know, dudes would joke with me every weekend and say, "Man, I bet you ain't got no pussy this weekend." And if you go find those same guys, they are bums because fucking takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. Like you were saying, if you're spending that much time fucking, how can you be productive?
Yep.
And a lot of men don't understand that till they get older and you're trying to play from behind. It's hard to play from behind in life when you have all this energy when you're in high school and you're about 20 to 25, let's say 20 to 30, you fucking every night using all your energy. And you could be going to school, going to the military, getting a trade. And you don't realize every time you stick your dick in a woman, you are playing Russian roulette. Hopefully she doesn't have anything. Those kind of women you fuck, what men don't understand, once you get to a certain level, women that are about something are not going to let you get them pregnant. You're not about to run up and on them raw. These hood chicks, and these they don't give a fuck. Like, oh, you can fuck me raw, Dr. Dee, O'Shea, Gabe, and Ali. I don't care. Rebels make me itch. And you sitting up there, yeah, girl, I fuck you raw. Hey, cuz she said she on the pill. I'm like, you idiot. You know how many women I got pregnant and niggas believe that? You cannot believe stuff like that. And you up here wasting your life away dealing with Tatiana when you got Clarissa over there going to school to be an engineer, medical doctor, going to the military. Decent women will not let you raw them and just say, oh, I'm a bang and leave you. It does not work like that. And a lot of black men have to understand that you got to sacrifice before you get to success. It's even in the dictionary. I was reading that on somebody's video. Sacrifice comes before success. You got to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. And black men,
say it again. Say it again. They didn't hear that part.
You have to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do when you get older. And if incorporating sex into that every night that's not going to cut it. If you find a woman, all she has time to do is if you find a woman and all she can do is fuck, you need to cut her off, because if you're an adult and you have bills to pay and you got stresses in life, you don't have every day to be fucking. I'm sorry. You got other kinds of things to deal with. And if you're a man, every day you wake up, you thinking about fucking all the time. You need to reevaluate your life because something is wrong. If you don't get it together, you're gonna be fucking women. See, this is what usually happens. Men that fuck all the time will end up fucking women to have a place to stay. Then you could be 45 years old driving a Pinto, laying on somebody's couch. It was funny.
Right. No, facts.
Oh, I thought y'all laughed. Yeah, we all know men that's all they can do is fuck. And the black men will say, man, I ain't got to have no game. I got a big dick and I can lay pipe. Dude, the coronavirus going on now. What that gonna do to keep food on the table?
Well.
Preach.
Oh, I'm done. I'll pass it on to Ali. Pass it to Ali and Gabe.
Actually, you know what? And I'm a flip the script once I get in here. But O'Shea, don't feel bad. I was maybe my sophomore year in college. I had a Mexican Lizzo. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because she went to my high school, and she was thick then, but she was pretty, had the long flowy hair, whatever. And so, I never had a chance with her, but I would go back to come back home every now and again, especially during the off season, just to check on everybody. And she, so I played football, and so I got swollen. And she was like, so, when you gonna swing through? And I was like, hey, ain't nothing but a word. Right. And so I get, so the night I roll up there, I get there, and she put on maybe about 80 extra pounds. And I'm like, I'm here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go. And I was on it like I was trying to audition for a Brazzers myself. I was trying to be co-star with Wesley Pipes. And, at the time, it was like, you know what? I finally got what I wanted, but it wasn't. But it was like I had something to prove to myself to let her know that I could lay the wood. But it was, it was something I would have never have gone for back on campus. But just so you know, Shay, just so you don't feel bad, we've all had one. But what I will say, fellas, is that discipline that you display also improves your sex game, believe it or not. Because it may not be all the way swole, because you've been at it 3-4 times a day, every day for the past 10 years, give yourself a break for about a week and see the difference. If you got a girl, just tell her, let's not do, let's say refrain from sex for about a week and see how your game improve. Just like muscles, they need breaks. And so if you're doing it all the time, you might be damaging your sex game. Mm-hmm. I'll give you a book to read. It's called The Tao of Sexology by Dr. Stephen Chang. And he talks about how to basically have a routine for penis health, which we also don't talk about. And when you go through this routine, you have a strong prostate, your erections, stay where they're supposed to be. And you know what? You take a break from, sex and masturbation all the time, you might come back like Thor slinging that wood. So, give yourself a break and see how you perform afterwards. And you'll also enjoy it better too, because you've been waiting for so long.
I feel that for sure. I was gonna add to the conversation with telling how I learned about it initially, right? So when I was in high school, I was taking a engineering drafting class, and I was a junior, but I was taking a senior level class at that time. So I don't know why my school did this, but they put me in a class with all these seniors. I mean, think about it, a little junior in class with a whole bunch of seniors. I mean, this is just a setup for you to be picked on, for you to be targeted. And yes, I was a target. I was a target in that class. I was cool everywhere else. My whole class, like my whole junior class, everybody was cool. But in this class, they had football players, thugs, street lords. I don't know why they put me in that class, but I was in that class. So while I was there, I would get picked on by these seniors, especially like two young men. It was one dude named Jamal. He was like, I don't know. That's when Jeezy was really big. And I don't know if y'all know how like young Jeezy in Detroit, They got a very good relationship. I mean, he has a heavy fan base in Detroit. So Jeezy was coming up. It was that Carter, that actually the first Carter for Lil Wayne had just came up. So trapping was on an all-time high during that time. People talking about snow, people talking about the car. I mean, that was a big thing happening during that time. So Jamal kind of fit that category, like the hood dude selling drugs, Carter, Jeezy. But it was this other dude named Lyle. Lyle was like the star football player, senior. So, these dudes just walking around here, they cool and everything, but they see this little junior that they start picking on. I automatically became the virgin, right? The virgin, I'm Virgo, I'm all this stuff. They teasing me and everything. And it's wild because, we had this class and they would be teasing me and everything. I come back at them with a couple of jabs here and there, but it wasn't nothing in comparison. But at the end of the class, when they were about to graduate, both of them came over to me and sat me down and said, how we've been giving you a hard time all class, all semester and everything. I know we be talking about being a virgin and everything. We could tell that, some of the ladies in here, they like you and everything or whatever. And they actually told me, let me tell you what these dudes told me. They told me, wait. Dudes who pretty much are just jumping in anything, running by, these dudes told me to wait because they said, listen, we went through it, we going through it, and it's not worth it. We see that you got a good head on your shoulder. You treat ladies with respect. You kind of get a little play here and there, but you don't have to be like us because it's not worth all of that. As they were graduating, they left me with that knowledge. So dudes who have been through it, who have went through it, right, having a lack of discipline in that area, these dudes told me to wait. And I'm just like, that kind of changed my whole paradigm because I'm like, I thought that this is what it was. This is what we supposed to be doing. And these dudes told me to wait. So, that's actually one of my experiences, one of my very impactful experiences, is that the hood dude, the star football player, told me to wait to have sex. And that was just something. That was just a whole paradigm shift for me.
Yeah, let me say this too. And for guys out there that in this show, I would say it's I wouldn't call it attracts the nerds or anything, right? But this is more for the a professional academic kind of guy or a guy who wants to move up. And I'll honestly say this: you're not missing out on as much as you think that you are. And to Gabe's point, the thing about as I get older, and this is not to, no homo or anything, but having more relationships with talented men are going to always take you much further than having any relationships with women. I'm just going to be honest, man. Like, one of the things I saw in Chicago today, I did a story on it where you have a lot of black men going out and getting Jordans. And it seems like pussy and Jordans is like, those are the two black men's kryptonites. And a lot of us put investments in Jordans because why? I mean, niggas will stand out there to get Jordans because why? If I have my Jordans on, bitch is going to be like, oh, he got them Jordans on. It's going to give me some pussy. That's the reason why a lot of niggas buy Jordans, because it's like in the black community, it's a swag move. And for a lot of guys out there, I'll tell you, from a guy that's from your area, I'm from your culture. I know you niggas. I know you niggas coming and going. I'm one of you. Focus on, building with the other men that are doing things that you're doing. Having relationships with men. Men move everything. And the thing about it is that, and I would say if you're a brother that's struggling with women right now, or you have problems with women, everybody's been there. I can tell you, especially if you're very rarely do you see a guy who's very smart, he's athletic, and he gets all the girls. It hardly ever happens. Typically, if you're a guy that's a little bit more academic driven or high goal oriented, typically in the black community, in any community, it suffers. But in the black community, there's not an infrastructure of black women that's there that might be appealing to you. But I want to say this. Also, for those brothers out there that get education and then you go to the other cultures, because I'll tell you like this, right? I know guys who can't get no woman in the black community and become a superstar if they move to Utah, or a superstar if they go to Poland, or a superstar if they go to Nebraska. Listen, just because you get in play from non-black chicks, you also can fall into the same traps. I know a lot of brothers like that. In the black community, it wasn't getting none. You get to somewhere, you get to Colorado or someplace like that. Now you fucking all the white girls and stuff. I'm just going to tell you, like, these situations happen to late bloomer guys. And I will tell you this, focus on your relationships with men, with networking, with brothers that are doing things. Those are your most successful relationships. I've been on YouTube, right? I've never met anybody off of YouTube, no woman. I've never had a scandal like that. But almost all relationships with the men that I've worked with, I still have them. And they have helped me make money. They have helped me take my business to the next level. They support me. Having relationships with the brothers is going to take you much further, okay? Because women are going to come and go. Women are like seasons, man. Every season, I'm going to tell you niggas right now, in wintertime, you don't go out there with flip-flops, right? In the wintertime, you wear a coat and boots. And in the summertime, you don't go out there with coats and shit because it's hot. A lot of times, 99% of the women you're going to be dealing with, they're like seasons, she's cool with you in the summer, got an attitude with you in the winter. Cool, I'm changing clothes. I'm on to the next chick. And that's typically what it's about. A lot of these relationships that you have with women are short standing anyway, unless you get married. Typically you might have 1 or 2 or 3 real serious relationships in your whole life. And most of the people there are just, they're just passing through. But focus on your academics, focus on the business if you can. I mean, I do know that you will get weak every now and then. It's understandable, but focus. You can bend, but don't break. I'm like that, right? I'm not a person that thinks that you can cut. Some people can cut everything out. I'm the kind of person that you can do a little something and then there's the edge and come back, and do it in increments. If you're a horny motherfucker right now, maybe you can't cut it all the way off, but you can cut back a little bit. Everything is the process as a man. As a black man, you're always growing. You're always learning. So just keep that in mind. Just have the mindset that you want to be focused. And eventually I'll tell you like this, hanging around super focused people will help you elevate your game. That's one thing too. I want to say before I turn it back over. If you hang around pussy chasers and holla monsters, that's what you're going to do. If you're hanging out with the homeboy, he call you, hello, where the hoes at? And that's the first thing your nigga said. That's probably not the person you need to hang out with that's going to help you do stuff. The guys that really are really super focused and worked all day, they just have an inclination for work. Sometimes I will say, you know, like even in professional school, going to medical school, I saw people that had way greater work ethics than me, and I had to get there, or I was going to get put out. So, you know, if you can find people, no matter what race they are, pick up what they do. You know, that's why people want to get the Mamba mentality, the Kobe Bryant mentality, the Michael Jordan mentality. People pay for those kind of mentalities, right? Because it's just energetic, and it's like it's influential. You know what I mean? It's contagious. So if you're a person that's not focused, try to find people like that who are focused. And if you hang around them, you can change, right? If you have that attitude. Anything else?
Yeah, I did want to add something to it.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Oh no, I was going to say, as it concerns another preventative measure to really practicing like dick discipline is really choosing a career field that really doesn't involve a lot of women. I mean, perfect example. I mean, traditional engineering, especially electrical and mechanical engineering. I went to a school which is the most known, like one of the most known schools in Michigan for engineering. And I think the percentage of males to females for the whole school was somewhere for every one female. I mean, yeah, for every one female, I think there were 7 or 8 males. I mean, it's because it was a very traditional engineering school. And even within like traditional engineering career paths, you don't run into a lot of women, right? You don't really have to interact a lot of times. And I'm not saying do this because, you know, you hate women or try to get away from women. But if you notice that might be one of your downfalls, and you don't want your career's failures to be the women that you work with, I mean, you might want to practice or get into a particular career field that doesn't have a lot of women in it. That might be a preventative measure to really making sure that you don't have those negative effects in your life.
You know, let me just say that before. Like, that's why I like the manosphere so much, because in the manosphere, I don't have no issues like with that kind of being the problem, because most women don't watch me, right? That's a defense mechanism. So good point. Go ahead. Who wanted to say something about that?
Well, and then to build off of what Gabe said, the school you go to, I'm from South Carolina. I went to a HBCU, some of the most beautiful women in the world that were at South Carolina State University.
Oh my
God. Oh yes, I mean from DC, Atlanta, Trinidad, everywhere. If you ask, I think Tony Davis, he's one of the moderators in here. We talk about Denmark Voorhees in South Carolina State. Anybody from South Carolina know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you go to a HBCU, see, South Carolina State isn't a huge one, but you go to a place like Howard, Tuskegee, you
TSU.
go to some place like Bethune-Cookman. You go to these big, Prairie A&M, these real big HBCUs, man, these men, you got to think, if you a man, that you ain't got no money and they don't have any money. You know, from August till December, all of y'all are at this school. So you're going to be spitting at everything. And you should be taking your ass to class. You are in there laying up with the cheerleaders, because, you know, football team, you know, in the HBCU, the champagne dance is some of the most prettiest women. The cheerleaders bad. And you up here hollering all these chicks when you should be going to get tutored and all your stuff. And it's a great distraction. When I have children, they say, "Hey, can I go to HBCU?" I said, "No, not for the first and second semester. You're a young fish." I said, "I know what's about to happen over here. It's so much stuff that goes over there, because Orangeburg is close to Charleston, South Carolina. So you have a lot of what we call Geechee people from that area that come up there. So
yeah,
it is huge. And so it's women, they have different dialect and everything. And men have to understand, I'm at school. My degree was 125 credits to get my computer science degree. You need to tell yourself, I am at this school for 4 to 5 years to get my degree. Damn all these parties. I mean, it's okay to party after you done studied, but like Oche was saying, you can't cut everything out. But you should know, if my ass needs to be studying, if I have a party to go to, not a party, I have some tutoring to go to, I need to follow up on that. Because black men will be at the school worried about getting their stroke game up and their money game is on low, and then you become a hate on everybody else. But when you look back in the mirror, you got to look at yourself. Everybody else came there with a plan and a mission. Your ass got there and failed. So you can't hate on the other men that get women and they went to school and got their degrees. You know, we'll get on jobs and mess up promotions trying to fuck the manager or fuck a coworker. You cannot do that. That's why they don't like to have black men in positions, because they know, hey, he gonna get there and fuck up. You can't do that. They know they put some big titties or a big booty in your face, you are going to go after it. And we have to have better self-control. What's the thing that the world knows with black men? And you put some titties and ass in front of their face, they go weak. That's our Achilles heel. You have to have better dick discipline when everything. I am telling you, even if a woman makes eye contact with you, you have to know how to refrain from that. If women know, the thing is too, if you have an attractive girlfriend or wife, other women are going to be like, he has her. Let me see why is she with him?
Man.
Then it happens even worse. See,
I experience it. I'm just saying I experience it all the time. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm telling men, if you don't believe what we're saying, before you date anybody, get some real hot chicks and go to the club with them. You don't even have to holler at no women. All the fine women come around, all the other fine women. And you should be able to have you pick that way. But you have to realize all of this is temporary. When your ass laying in that bed looking up at that ceiling, you need to look at yourself and say, I am 18 years old. I just started to college. I need to have my degree by 22 or 23 and get my life in order. Because once you get past the 8 to 30 black men, life is coming fast as fuck. I'll say I take it back. Once you get a high school diploma, it's your entry into the real world. It's about who wants it now. And if you don't have that dick discipline, you're going to find your ass on the sideline with your dick hanging out the boxes, trying to find out what do I need to do to get my life on track. And all the other people that went by you, because I've said this before, men can dispute me. I'd rather have my money game up and then get my stroke game. What men don't realize, women will work with you to get your stroke game right if you got your money game and everything else right. No woman wants to fuck with a broke nigga. Just calling it what it is. All you doing is laying pipe. That's going to get old very fast. So get your stuff in order. It pays to have your stuff in order. And in this day and time, if y'all don't believe me, y'all need to go listen to Minister Jap channel. Minister Jap is very real about it. So that's more information for what we're talking about.
But let me just, before we go to Ali, let me just steal something real quick, brother. All my ugly niggas in the house, where y'all at? Press 1. All right, I'm gonna give you some. This Uncle O'Shea talking. I gotta talk to you. You ugly niggas. You niggas fat. All the struggle faced niggas. Y'all know who y'all are. Your mama already done told you that you ugly. So we gonna be real about it. Let me tell you something, man. If you an ugly nigga and somebody has told you that more than once or 3 or 4 or 5 times, the shit's probably true. Okay. You really, you the one that's really you're the one I'm worried about. All my ugly niggas. Okay. Because niggas who have been getting pussy all their life, I'm not so much worried about them. The ugly niggas, short niggas who, got the Napoleon complex, is you motherfuckers, I'm the most worried. I'm scared for y'all. Okay. Because you niggas not going to know how to motherfucking act when you get the ass in your face. Some of you niggas hold grudges for years. Okay. I'm going to tell you ugly niggas like this. Nobody, if black men don't get no help, a ugly motherfucker, a short motherfucker, or a fat motherfucker. Listen to what I'm talking about now. This is Uncle O'Shea. I'm going to just give it to you raw. A fat black motherfucker got to have his shit together. If you have any kind of struggle mania, you short or you an ugly motherfucker or you broke, nigga, you got to stop playing. Because you're going to have to make up for that shit. You got to really, if you're an ugly motherfucker, you got to get to work. Some of y'all niggas ugly and you stupid. So you got a lot you already behind. We're going to just be real. Okay? If you an ugly motherfucker and you're broke or you're short, listen, the pussy is the last thing that you need to be worried about. Because the way you going right now, you ain't going to never get what you're looking for. What I need you to do, go ahead on and get that lotion. I'm just going to be real. I'm going to tell the truth. You got in college. God didn't bless you. I know I'm using this the same way as God. Forgive me, Gabe. Get you some lotion. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to tell you. It's Unc talking. Unc is talking to you. Get you some motherfucking lotion. Get you an X video account, take some of that financial aid money, get you an OnlyFans, get you some napkins, and that's gonna be the plan. And lose that weight, nigga. And like I said, when you come out, you're gonna come out like pure gold. I'm telling you, you're gonna be hitting the motherfuckers when you come out. You're gonna have a little bit of muscle. You done been filled out and shit. But for them first few years, you can go either way. An ugly motherfucker don't have that many chances. And then when you come out, they're gonna be talking about, oh, girl, I kind of like the way he look. He kind of look kind of strange. But see, all of a sudden they're gonna start making exceptions for you because you done worked on yourself. Look at you now. But you can't be mad. I'm gonna always tell you niggas, because even in the Bible, Paul talks about in due season, and a lot of times when we're talking about dick discipline, there is due season, I believe, more times than others for you to get some pussy. Right now, I'm a late bloomer to the game. So 26 and up, Brother Dre, Brother Gabe, I was, God forgive me, I got my fornication on, right? 26, 27, that's when the box springs, in the hotel room started bouncing, scream. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But a lot of times right now, it might not be your time. It's not your time to be fucking right now. Some niggas, you can force it, but you're going to get more frustrated. Sometimes you just put your dick on the motherfucking shelf. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Put it on the shelf. I'm going to go ahead and retire this for right now. Right now, I'm going to just take myself out the market, put myself there. These hoes ain't going to check for me. Want to make sure, go to school every day like some of the white kids. And I took physics, electricity, and magnetism. I didn't take the calculus base like Brother Gabe did. But some of the white boys, I know that white people, when they come to class, they be looking real fucked up. You never see a white person come to class in Jordans and shit and looking all nice. Them motherfuckers be fucked up. They got all kind of sweats on, cheese stains and shit, but they be acing the class, right? So one thing I said, well, fuck it. If this is equality, if these motherfuckers coming in here with hoodies and dirty shit, I'm in there with you motherfuckers doing the same shit. And I'm trying to tell you, sometimes you get your mindset. Look, I'm right now, I'm hustling right now. Fuck it. I'm hoodied up. I'm not even worried about looking right, trying to catch no female. I ain't trying to do that. Right now, I'm doing what I got to do. Especially if you a broke motherfucker, you a ugly motherfucker, you a fat motherfucker, any of them struggles you niggas got right now. What up, brother Steven? Good to see you, brother. You niggas got to understand, because I'm telling you, y'all at the big, because ain't nobody gonna help you. Especially, I'm telling you also, your mama that's been helping you, that's another thing. Your mama gonna die, right? And a lot of your support, a lot of you niggas gonna wake up real quick and find out that the woman that ever loved you is on her way down 6 feet. So a lot of you niggas need to really get it together, because ain't nobody gonna be there to help your motherfucking ass. And if you don't do it for yourself, ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Because mama's ugly baby that she loved and thought looked good, everybody else think you like a motherfucking Dalmatian puppy and shit. So I need you to take the time to get your shit together. Don't worry about these hoes. I know it's hard. That's why I said get that X video account. Don't tell Gabe about it. And you go ahead on, nigga, and get that lotion together. And you have a good time. Fuck it. I'm going to tell you, have a good time with it. And then when you get to where you need to go, now you can go to the next level. But right now, you ain't put enough work yet. You ain't put the work in yet. Go ahead, Brother Andre.
Hotep. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Hotep.
Yes, sir. Great topic. So, I told the story before, but I'll tell it again. So I'm 38 now. So in my 20s, I was dating a totally different kind of woman. And this isn't a knock on anybody who is doing this, but I was dating chicks. A whole lot of them most of them didn't have dads. Most of them had kids, and they were good people, but it wasn't really for me. Like, that type of woman isn't my ideal woman. And I was just self-evaluating. I was like, how come I'm not attracting women like my friends are? Like my friends' wives are. More stable upbringings, got married after they had kids, after they got married, and more traditional women. And I said, you know what? I got to get my weight up. I got to get my weight up because I'm attracting them. I'm even, having the adult things going on. All that wasn't a problem. But I said, like, there's another caliber of woman that I'm not getting. And I had taken I took a couple of years off from seriously dating and even a lot of smashing, which obviously sucked. But I said, I got to go all in on myself in order for me to attract a higher caliber woman, and not even attract her. I wanted her to admire me. I wanted her to admire me, not just want to fuck me, not just, whatever. I wanted her to admire me. And I said, I'm going to get my weight up because then it's easier to get them and it's easier for them to put more effort into you than you are putting out there. So the whole just putting your dick thing, or whatever you want to call it, it's real. And most men need to have a time period. It might be your teens, it might be your 20s, it might be your 30s, where you go all in on your friggin' self. And when you emerge from that, you could bag the baddest chick, and a lot of them will even start bagging you. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I mean, it's true. I mean, I don't know if any other brothers had anything to say, but yeah, like I think that and I think that a lot of times that is the foundation of that discipline, is recognizing what you bring, right? I think it kind of goes to kind of the last Hall of Game subject matter is speaking as it concerns a man being the prize. When you recognize that you're the prize, and you recognize that the women that come into your, I guess, space, they need to prove themselves, right? They need to prove that they're even worth me in my presence before I even get them the chance. I think that really, it's almost like you raise yourself up. As you raise up your own confidence and your own value in yourself, it makes it way more difficult to lower yourself to some chick that isn't really worth your time and effort. So I think that a lot of it is really based upon your own self-esteem. A lot of times, if you see yourself as just somebody that's just here to, pretty much just fulfill sexual pleasures, I mean, that's a very limited view of yourself. But if you see yourself as, listen, I'm the next so-and-so, I'm the next big thing out there, I mean, then you really can start to have to qualify women for even being around you. So, I think that's one thing that has really helped me, is to say, like, listen, I see her over there. Yeah, she got some assets. She's nice, but like, but is she good enough for me? Right. Not necessarily good enough as it concerns a person, but good enough as it concerns my criteria for being in a relationship with. I mean, is what she's presenting to me something that adds to me, or is it something that subtracts from me and where I'm trying to go? And if she's a subtraction, then she gets negative time with me. So I think a lot of times, brothers, I think we have to look at it from the perspective of, like, is she even worth me giving time to? So, I think that's another perspective there.
Yeah, that's true. And to build off of that, I might get a little ratchet. Hopefully I don't get to you Negroes out here. Y'all making love with chicks that not the manager, that work at Popeyes and McDonald's. You are putting your life on the line for an $8 an hour chick. I want you to think about that. She make $8 an hour. 8 times 40 is $320. With taxes, she probably get $280 a week. Some of y'all fellas got your shit together so good, you make that in a day or a couple of hours. You taking life chances on banging a chick that is a representative at a call center or McDonald's, and you out here putting your dick in her. I want you to think about this. She hits the lottery if you get her pregnant. If you get her pregnant, your life is over. Do you know when they pull your tax returns and your ass got to go to court, they're gonna say you're gonna have to pay this chick $2,000 to $3,000 a month just because you got that Big Mac from her with that special sauce, and you thought it was better to try to find out what else she had in that ass. Because we all know these chicks that work at these restaurants, they have on these tight ass pants, and it accentuates their figure. You done drunk your Hennessy or whatnot, and you go in there and order something. Next thing you know, you getting hit with a bench warrant to come to court for a subpoena for child support.
I mean, that's a whole game, isn't it? Right? Like these Instagram chicks and these women that go after the basketball players, the football players, and people signing contracts. I mean, they are really targeting these brothers, knowing that they ain't worth a cent. Listen, 50 Cent made a song, right? Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. I mean, look at it. Look at that whole situation. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, you good. You go through the drive-through of your Benz or your Mercedes, not knowing she been scoping you out, getting your coffee from McDonald's or Starbucks. You are on her radar.
Yeah.
And once she give you the number, she gonna throw it on you. She gonna do anything. You men don't have big discipline to be like, man, that girl only 21. You ask her about her life, she don't know what you do, but she got a fat ass. Next thing you know, you pound it, and that's all. As it all starts off with the rubber, then it leads to no rubber. Next thing you know, she pregnant. Your whole life, all the work you put in for 20 years was gone in less than 90 days. You met her in the first month, the second month you started fucking her, and the third month you got her pregnant. I want men to think about that. 18 years of work to get where you need to get, gone in 90 days. Think about that. That's my 2 cents for right now.
90 days or even 90 seconds, right? Because that's all it takes in order to, finish.
Yes, and the women know that, but the men, they'll know, like, ooh, girl, offer him a threesome. Oh, here you go again. You pulling out the big water money. Next thing you know, you got a threesome, and you didn't wear rubber with neither one. These chicks, some of these women that us black men bang, know they'll never be on the level because they got a fat ass and some titties. You're gonna make their life better. Man, your life is gonna be in hell. I mean, I've never went through it, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I went to a restaurant and the chicks are bad. Let's not sit here and lie. They had their hair done and everything. You like, damn, I would like to take to see what that's all about. But then you come to your senses and say, if that rubber slips, what kind of shit am I about to be in? And
listen, outfits, them hairdos, it ain't nothing but bait.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. If that's bait, you the big fish.
I'll open real quick.
You the big fish.
And,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hold on, Grand Door. Thank you, Terrence B. Thank you, Jessica. Dr. D. I'm trying to Dr. D for the $5. Dr. Dick. Okay, go ahead, Andre. And then we're gonna go to brother Nick Taylor. Go ahead, Andre.
Okay. When and if you guys get married or have a serious girlfriend and she's above average looking, you have to be very on guard. When I was married, I had these women. I always did pretty well in the lady department, but not like this. I mean, legit throwing themselves at me repeatedly, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like what the fuck is this? It was a different level. It was a different level. So you have to be prepared for it, and if you want to honor your vows, you have to get an accountability partner. I don't know, something in order to curb that kind of temptation, especially if you haven't had it on that level before. If you've always been that fly nigga, then you probably used to it. But if you haven't gotten that kind of temptation before, you got to really be on guard if you want to honor the vows of your marriage, because they'll throw it. Chicks will come out the woodwork if she's above average looking.
I'm experiencing it, and I don't make myself available, right? I mean, the numbers, they don't got my number. They can't come to my apartment. They don't know where I live and nothing. But I absolutely agree with your point, Andre. You got to be on guard if you're looking at being married and honoring those vows. Now, I know some of you dudes out here, you dirty. You out here trying to get everything you want to get. So, I ain't talking to you dirty dudes. But if you're trying to honor your vows, you got to be on guard, like Andre says.
Right. Go ahead, brother Nick Taylor. We go to Sonny. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, what's up, O'Shea? What's up, big dude?
What's up, Uncle Nick? Go ahead and drop some knowledge on him, man.
Hey, man, I'm over here. I got to follow up with Gabe. Follow up Gabe and Andre. That's a hard one to follow. What's up, you other brothers on the panel?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on, nothing. See, I got to catch Gabe over there on Outer Drive. See, that's why I got to catch him.
Outer Drive. Yeah.
I gotta catch him over there on Outer Drive, or next time I gotta stop by Mac and Charlevoix, I'll drag him over there.
Oh man, I don't know. That sounds East Side-ish. Is that East Side?
Well, I'm a West Sider, but I got a lot of family on the East Side.
I don't go to the East Side, but to ride through. That's all I do. That's all. I don't stop.
Oh, man, West Side, we just as bad now. So
yeah. My wife went to Persia, so we right there by that prison. So I don't.
Yeah, the school to prison pipeline was real over there where you was at.
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
But me, Cooley High. What am I gonna say?
Okay. Yeah.
But, Cooley, Thomas Cooley. They said somebody set it on fire. But anyway.
I went to the pickle factory, by the way. But anyway. Yes.
Man, I'm listening to y'all what y'all saying. I got something, and y'all put down some good points. This is the point. This is a point. Now I'll add something on top of that, because a lot of dudes talk game after they done got burned in the game, and that's the strangest thing in the world to me. And some of them make you think that they had game. If you listen to them, if you like I say, I can see better than I hear, if you know what I mean. Because you can tell me anything. I forget what my ears hear. What do my eyes see? You pumping this dude, you trying to pump game and this, that, and other, and da. And dude got 3 kids by 3 different chicks. Well, when are you gonna apply some of that game to yourself? You know what I'm saying? You trying to put that game on everybody else, but you ain't applying it to yourself. So apparently you didn't figure this out until after the fact, or you knew, and y'all know this. Y'all know this. Hey, I'm gonna tell them, Roscoe. Y'all know this. You know a whole bunch of dudes that know the rules of the game and still step in the fucking trap. We all know somebody. That's true. Hey. I mean, I call it the way I see it. How you gonna give up? I mean, look at it like this, bruh. Now, I know in certain states, I think, what is it, 18 years for child support or something like that? 18 years? And it's more years if the kid goes to college or something like that? Mm-hmm. Who in their right mind would give up 18 years of their freedom? What do you mean freedom, Nick? I'll tell you what I mean freedom, dude. I mean freedom, because if she puts you on paper, if you miss one payment in certain states, your freedom pass has just been revoked. Mm-hmm. And you go into the county cooler. Now, unless you Gabe and you kicking train cars off the track and shit, you know what I mean? And you go to the cooler for 6 months or something like that. How many people do you know as bad boss hogging as they think they are gonna have a job to come back to after 6 months? So you went to college. So you put in 6 years of college for what? You put in 6 years of college to give up 18 years of your life and flush it all down the drain behind some ass.
Right.
And the thing is, you know how much free ass is out here? There's chicks that actually want to be with, but that's the chick the dudes don't want. They don't want the safe chick. They want that danger chick. Then when that danger stabs them in the neck, they say that they don't deserve this. Hoes ain't shit, bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks, which is primarily true. But you know what I'm saying?
And what you telling the truth though?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but the thing is, but you knew the game.
Right.
You know the game. I don't know if any of y'all played football. I played defense. I played a safety. Okay, I already know as a safety, you the last line of defense. If you cheat up, you can get beat over the top. You play too far back, running back and get a good run on you. You cheat up, you get burnt. I get burned for 20. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing: I knew the game and I still got burned. So who do I blame? The coach or myself?
Right.
I'm the blame.
Right.
But dude, stop it. I mean, if you like O'Shea said, man, dude in class with cheese whiz stain on his shirt, mixed match shoes and everything, but his nose is off in that book because he trying to get them books. The little school I went, I ain't had no time, man. Look, I'm trying to get this shit done because I don't want to see you motherfuckers next year. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. And I'll grind on that side and not in this motherfucking classroom. But dudes give it up. Dudes look, and there's so many examples out there for you. Dudes and lost their houses, lost their cars, because you're gonna lose your job. I don't give a fuck. 6 figure at corner office. I don't give a fuck. 6 months, you going in jail, you coming back to the law firm of this and that, or the tech firm of that and that. You think they're gonna fill that spot while you gone?
Mm-mm.
You want some bad shit. You want some stupid shit. And guess what? That same broad that burned you. How many dudes y'all know? And I'm gonna shut up. Get popped by a chick, put on paper, get picked up, but for child support, and come out of jail, and he go right back to her ass.
Oh yeah,
You know him. They call the cops on him for beating them up. They go back to him.
right.
That is the most. So them the dudes. I don't diss them, but I dismiss them. See, I identify you, catalog you, and stick a tag on you, and I'll put your ass over there.
Yeah,
over there. I know who you are. You see me. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on, man? Shit, what you? Oh, man, you know how I go. Hey, but I'll holler at you, man. I gotta make time.
I already know.
I can't. I mean, I don't hate you. I don't hate you, but I can't have that time of fuck energy. If you, hey, dude, if he a gamble with his dick, what will he do with yours and your money?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If he a gamble with his dick and time and money, he don't give a fuck about mine because they don't give a fuck about his.
Right. No, that's real. Let me just do this before I forget. And great points, Uncle Nick. We're having Andre come back, man. You trying to leave and shit? Let me give some shout outs to all the brothers supporting. Oh Young, thank you. I like the professional content you put out. Mr. Grandeur, drive through coochie is fire though, fam. Let me just add just to that before we go to Sonny Ali. All right, now we do call out black women for liking Pookie and Ray Ray's. We just got to also be honest that there is a tendency, although it's not as bad, for even talented African American men. A lot of us are trying to improve ourselves to get with the girls or the type of women that never really wanted us. And you see a lot of brothers who going for the Instagram chicks. You even see it in the NBA. Like a lot of times why guys in the NBA fall in and out of relationships with different type of IG models. It's just because they're in the NBA, it doesn't mean that they are made to be with those type of chicks. A lot of guys in the NBA that are nerds, they're smart, but they've always been wanting these type of women, but those women are not compatible for you, and you try to force the situation. A lot of black men are not really looking for the right qualities. And I don't know if it's some maturity thing. And I will say this, a lot of brothers just think that all a woman should give them is pussy. Like, oh, she's fucking me, then she likes me. Whereas, you're giving her a lot of your commitment, you're giving her money, you're giving her your energy and stuff like that. All you're requiring from her is just giving up the pussy because you always been told that if a woman gives the pussy, then that's really important. But you're not really looking for the other things like is she clean? Does she have other intangibles? Does she can she cook? Can she manage money? Can she give good counsel? And I will say this: a lot of times people don't think that women should give advice. A woman, if she is a quality woman, she should be able to advise you in certain times. There are certain things you should be able to ask her, or she should have at least the wisdom to do that. Now, every woman is not going to be able to do that, but that does happen. There are going to come times where your woman will be your advisor in certain situations. I don't think that's always been the truth for any woman that's capable of doing that. And a lot of black men.
You can't say that here.
Well, no, that's the truth. I mean, that's what it is. A woman who is worthwhile is going to be able to advise you on certain things. It's just the truth, to a certain extent. It might not be all the time, but it will be sometimes.
Yeah.
But I got to also build on that, because a lot of us as Black men, we're not looking for the good qualities that make up a well-rounded woman. And it could be because we've never been exposed to it, or we don't think that it also exists. But there are brothers that feel like, and they will even make the same mistakes outside of the Black community. You know how many guys I know that leave and go to like Utah. One of my buddies went to Utah from Sacramento, or they'll go to Seattle or Spokane, and they're not dealing with Black chicks no more, but they're dealing with the same type of chicks in the white community. So you've went all the way out the state to a new place, but you're still dealing with the same type of chick that you were dealing with in Oakland or Del Paso Heights. She's just white now, or she's just Asian, because still at the same time, the women that are more for you, that you can get along with, that you have the same kind of, compatibility with, we're not really looking for that. A lot of us are still looking for the titties, looking for the fat asses, and we're leading with that. And we don't look, if you can get the fat ass plus all the other stuff, is great. Typically, it might not be possible, right? But I want to build on that. A lot of Black men got to start looking for better qualities in the women that they come across. And I think again, that comes with age. But a lot of brothers, we need to start teaching younger Black men, look for these qualities. Look for these qualities. It's okay for a woman to be nice for you, run your bath water. A woman that wants to be, a lot of Black men, they get that kind of treatment for women, and they don't know how to handle it, because we're so used to not getting nothing. I've had cases where guys deal with women, both Black and non-Black. A woman is perfect for them, but they've been so used to being in an abuse situation, you can't even appreciate a woman that wants to do these nice things for you, so you fuck it up. Mm-hmm. So we gotta also call that out too. Go ahead, Andre.
We've spoken about the girls who have the wrong guy syndrome and all that ad nauseum, but we haven't talked much about the guys who might have the wrong woman syndrome. Maybe our moms were fucked up or something like that, or we had bad grandma or something like that. Self-sabotage is real, especially if you come from a dysfunctional household. But to talk about the solution, I guess, of what we should look for. Gabe is married. I think Dr. Dee's engaged, if I'm not mistaken. And Nick's been married for 30 years. His parents are married. His grandparents are married. I would love to hear these brothers talk about maybe two qualities that they looked for in their wives, or that men should look for in their potential wives as well.
I'll let him go first.
Okay, I can start off. I think, just as O'Shea was mentioning, just as you were saying, Andre, I think these qualities are really important. One is that ability to advise during times, right? I think a lot of men in these spaces just act like they just got it all together. Just act like they just know everything at all points in all situations, but rather, and also combined with the idea that women don't know anything and they can't help you at all in your life. I know personally, I have a very, straight to the point type of mentality. I can be very literal. I can be very kind of robotic at times as it concerns making some type of decisions. And I think one thing that my wife brings, and this is one of the qualities to your question, Andre, she brings an emotional and softer perspective to times when I'm going through something or when I'm trying to make a particular decision. I think one of the first things, so, I do real estate, have a couple of properties in the city of Detroit. And it was so interesting because as soon as COVID happened, one thing that she brought to me is said, so what are we going to do about the people in the houses? And I'm like, well, they got to pay. You can't live nowhere for free. That was my first thought in my first conversation. And she was like, well, one thing that might be really good is that, it might be good for you to evaluate first if they are able to pay. And two, if they're not, they will be probably more grateful to you on the other side with paying if they're able to get some type of leniency, because right now we're not living off any of the money from the houses. So, she's literally bringing this counsel, like O'Shea is saying, to me as it concerns our different assets. And I'm like, that's a really good perspective. And I want to implement that right in my business structure. So that's one thing. And another thing is, I don't know, just bringing me like companionship. I don't know. Dudes really act like women are just trash in these spaces, but I think rather than women being trash, they've only dealt with trash women, and I think that's the problem.
Bingo.
Like, they deal with trash women, so their mentality. I'm telling you, they're dealing with trash women, so their mentality about women is just focused on the trash women they dealt with. So I think with me, my wife is my best friend. Right, we spend, especially during this COVID time, man. We like playing tennis every day. We play chess together. We find a couple of good shows together, and we just have fun. And we're able to enjoy each other's company. So one is wise emotional counsel, and two, also companionship. So those are the two qualities I think brothers should definitely look at.
Those are great qualities.
Let's brother Hassani get involved in this. He's been quiet for a minute. Go ahead, brother Hassani.
I was letting them brothers have it. And you know what? It's funny, fellas, is that there was a time where I had to realize that there was just some type of chicks that I was not compatible with. And from the typical hood chicks to the bougie chicks, that was never going to be my lane. We never had any type of chemistry, and and even if I did, mess with one, we never had a decent conversation after we got done, doing the do. And so when I was looking to settle, the first thing I looked for was who can I enjoy without sex? Like if we literally, kicking it for a week or two, and we're not having sex, can I enjoy them without putting the pressure on to get her to the bedroom? And for me, I like nerdy chicks. I'm not gonna lie. I like the in-depth, conversations, that could last for hours, reading books, that type of stuff. And so when I realized what type of chicks I'm more compatible with, one, not only did it make the search more filtered and more narrow, but two, I didn't waste the time putting extra energy into being somebody that I wasn't. And what I mean by that is a lot of brothers will change their personality in order to change, to attract a female. We all had a friend who, was probably a nerd like you, maybe geeky like you. And then, when he realized that a lot of chicks like the hood dudes, he bought himself some Timbs, got him some tattoos, got himself in a couple of fights to get his, street cred up. And he put that persona on in order to attract chicks. And I didn't want that for myself. I knew the type of women that I was compatible with. I knew the quality of women I would get along with, because the first question I would ask if I was ever dealing with a chick casually is, can this woman be a good mother to my children if I were to get her pregnant?
Bingo.
Whether we worked out or not, could she be a great mother to children? And so the biggest thing I look for is who could I enjoy, outside of the bedroom. And a lot of times as brothers, we don't think about it. You hear the stories. I'm brothers, I'm on child support. She's doing this to me. She's doing that to me. I'm going back and forth with her baby daddy, and she's getting on my nerves. And you ask them, why do you deal with her? And she got a fat ass. And you're like, really, bro? Like that's your only reason why you deal what you deal with, because she has a fat ass? But the second thing I will also look for is a helpmate. Yes, I understand that women have their gifts and they have their own missions. Like I said, my wife does her own type of coaching and counseling just for women. But she's my hype lady. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, as men, like I said, we don't get a lot of praise for the stuff that we do. But my wife praises me for everything. It's kind of annoying, actually, but sitting here thinking about it, my wife looks up to me. Like she, I fix the a clogged toilet, and she's bragging on Facebook like, my man's unclogging the toilet that I clogged, and they no longer stank. And
Admiration. That
you
admiration.
know what I'm
right
saying?
there.
It's the admiration, and it's like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm just fixing the toilet. But to her, it's I'm going above and beyond because I could have made her do it, or could have called a plumber. And just the stuff that I'm able to show her and able to upgrade her game, she'll be in the middle of a call coaching her clients, and I'll stop her right there and coach her up while she's coaching. And the adoration that she has for me being a stickler, for me being strict, is that with a lot of ladies, when they're dealing with other women, they tend to do the nurturing and the soft shoe, and she'll kind of tiptoe around telling a woman what she needs to be doing. And I'm like, no, you gotta tell her straight up to either stop messing with this dude or to cut this guy loose, or you got to lose the weight if you want to attract better men. And she might hate me in the moment, but at the same time, she's like, that's why I enjoy having you around, because you push me. And to have someone adore you to that highest extent makes you realize that that you bring worth to her, and she brings worth to you, because then when you're on your back leg and you're struggling, she coaches you up, or she encourages you. She's your cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
She brings all the qualities out. Like, you might be in a funk, you're down and out about something that you didn't accomplish this week, but you know how women never forget anything. She'll bring up every single accomplishment from the time she's met you. And now you're back on your game, And so and I'll wrap it up with this. The two biggest things is having that companionship outside of sex, and the adoration and ability to be a comforting tool, and to basically be appreciative for all the stuff that you do as a man, because a lot of times you're not gonna find it too many places.
That's deep.
So Andre, hold on a second. Let me just some before I forget. Yup. One is in my bed. Go find you one. Marcus Love. Thank you for the follow super chat. $2. But yep. But where? Let me do this right. Guys that haven't liked us, I want to give a big shout out to all the brothers real quick that have helped us on the Negro Manosphere Facebook page. We're close to being monetized over there. We did reach the 10,000 follows this morning. So I want to thank you guys. Continue to support us on Facebook.com/Negro Manosphere. In fact, I am uploading a video over there that's not on YouTube, planned over there. And also get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. If you guys appreciate the Hall of Game, show us that you appreciate us. You can do that by liking the video. You can do it. I see a lot of people talking about they like the video, they like the Hall of Game. You can do it by supporting the show, by super chat and all that, Cash App or whatever. But we need more brothers liking the video. Okay, so let's do that. And guys, if you're on Facebook, thank you, brother. Health Nerd Rom. Shout out to O'Shea and the panel, and thank you for the free game I'm receiving. Thank you, brother. I'm glad that you appreciate the Hall. Get the likes up here, and make sure that you brothers are liking us on Facebook.com/Negro Manosphere, and I will give you shouts out if you are liking it on the stream. If you want me to do that, go ahead, brother Dre.
Yeah, I will ask Brother Hassan if he doesn't mind me asking.
Go ahead.
Was his wife raised in a 2-parent household, or did she have a dad in her life?
No. She was a product of divorce, and to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. It took a lot of training.
Okay.
It really did. The thing about her was I saw the potential. And I talked about it on a stream before. Nerdy was a writer just like me. She had a lot of potential to do great things, but her mom was she is. Her mom's very masculine, and so I had to kind of tussle with her for a couple years But at the same time, I was like, I know there's something in her. I got to bring it out. And so, and her dad was involved. So, she, grew up, did the on and off thing with the visitation. But at the same time, you could tell, the influence really came from her mom. And so, sometimes as brothers, I'm not going to say, to invest in every chick that you think may be worth something. But if you see the gem there, put a little bit of time in. And I'll never forget this is after we got married, we were sitting in the hotel and she was crying. And I'm like, why are you? What's the deal? Why are you crying? And she was like, because I realized how much of a bitch I was to you when we were dating.
Wow. That's deep.
And so
yeah.
And so a lot of times you just gotta point it out, and it's up to you and it's up to them whether they want to receive it or not. Sometimes with a lot of ladies, they take counsel and wisdom from you, and if you know something, they kind of tend to linger on. I'll be honest with all you brothers. I don't have no type of game. I don't. I have no type of game. I can't sing. I can't dance. I'm ugly with cute features. But
damn.
But how I got women's attention is I was always speaking on something. And something will always resonate with the chick, and she'll always come up to me and ask, like, what you mean by this? And it turned into a conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway, but to answer your question, no, she wasn't raised by both parents in the home, but I saw the potential in her, and I put the investment in to where she is now.
Hey, brother Nick, right before we jump, Andre and Nick, before we jump over, I do want to amplify one of the points that brother Hassani brought out, and also in something that's being discussed in the comment section, is the whole idea of a gem, right? You said that you saw something in her that you believe was worth investing in, right?
Other than me, yes.
Yes. So you saw something in this woman that you saw some potential for a future investment. And I think the thing about that is that a lot of times brothers, you start to talk about your successful marriage. I also talk about mine. A lot of brothers do in these spaces, and we get our heads topped off because they're like, you're only speaking about the anomaly. Good black women don't exist. They're not out there. And I think that, that's the wrong mindset to have. Yeah, sure. There are a lot of women that are messed up within our community, but saying that good black women are an anomaly. I mean, a better question and a really good question to also ask alongside of that is, are you the anomaly? Are you somebody who is, are you exceptional? Because I know for me, I don't consider myself the norm. I consider myself above normal or above average as it concerns my status or my opinion of myself. So because I'm not above, I'm not average, I'm not basic, I'm not expecting an average or basic woman in my life. So she could be a diamond in the rough, but I deserve that diamond in the rough. Not that I deserve it just because I'm a good guy or anything, but because I need somebody to match me there, right? Because I'm above normal, because I'm above average, because I'm exceptional, I am expecting and only accept exceptional women. So you brothers might say, "Oh, they're an anomaly." Yeah, because I need an anomaly to match me. Okay, because I'm not just like the run-of-the-mill dude. So yeah, you can say that they're an anomaly and that you're just speaking about that, but I'm not normal. I'm not average. So I won't have a normal or average wife. For you fellas that keep promoting that idea, hey, maybe a normal or average chick is for you, but not for me. So I'm not expecting that in my relationships. Just want to say that.
And if I could just chime in really, really quickly, this is the opposite side of the pendulum, where you hear, just like when you hear women say there's no economically attractive men out here, but how many men have they passed up that were on the come up, and all they had to do is wait a couple years, and he makes six figures. Yeah. It's the same thing. Is that, again, brothers see my wife all the time. They're like, "Bro, your wife is fine, and she got the she always dresses nice and got the makeup. And I'm like, y'all don't understand. When I met her, she wasn't like that. She had on the baggy, Star Wars shirt and the jeans and the Reebok shoes. And I was like, no. Like, come, like, let me put it, like, took her to the store. Like, here, let me buy you a dress. Let me, buy you some boots. Because my wife has arthritis in one of her knees, so she can't wear heels like that much. And so I invested into her. And dudes are just like, well, how'd you find her like that? I'm like, I didn't. I literally and again, because I know brother's gonna be like, it can cost you in the end putting all that investment into her, but this is 10 years down the line, and you have to find, and women will appreciate you for it when you for the good ones anyway. When you upgrade them, is that a lot of times, a lot of chicks don't know they're attractive until you put the necessary things in place to make them attractive. Just like we're brothers. For a lot of us, all we got to do is drop 20, 30 pounds, and you could, be that select fuck boy if you wanted to. But some of us just need a little tweak, a couple tweaks, and you go from a 6 to an 8. But a lot of times we don't want to find those diamonds in the rough. We just like the ladies do. We want to compete for the top tier women, and then when we don't get them, then it becomes a conversation. But I guess my method worked for me.
There you go, Nick.
Okay, that was pretty good. Well, me, I'm from the other realm. My wife, she was raised by mother and father. I knew her parents. I'm raised by mother and father. She knows my parents. My dad is gone. Both of her parents are gone now. She knew my grandmother, all this other, met all that stuff. Because I was a soldier at the time. So what I'm looking for is what I'm not, look, I don't need somebody that needs my attention all the time. Because if you're an attention hawk, I would say, you say attention whore, but I'm not going to say that. If you're an attention hawk, I'm not the guy for you. If you need me to hold your hand and go all kind of play, I'm not the guy for you. Not saying I'm egging you, I'm ignoring you, but I don't have that type of time. And even more so now that I'm out of the military, it's the same thing. Say, look, I got a business to run. You can't run the business. I don't run the business. It don't get ran. Then you don't get to live where you're at and drive what you drive and eat what you eat. Okay, then you're going to have to carry your ass to work. So you still won't be able to see me. I'm one of them dudes. I didn't give a damn what a chick done for a living. And call me mannish, but I'll be the first one to admit I am a mannish guy. I didn't give a damn what a chick done for a living because it wasn't about you. It was about me. It was about not me matching you. It was about you matching me finding somebody to match me, not me changing myself to match you. Because I changed myself to match you, and then you decide you want to change up or go somewhere else. Now I didn't change who I am for somebody I'm not even with anymore. If I don't be nobody else, I'm going to be me. And now and I understand, but some dudes on real, every chick ain't for you. I get it. But one thing always was this person that you see, this is really me. This is me with the microphone on. This is me with the microphone off. There is no different me. And I was always the guy that was in the room. You didn't hear me in the room. And if you didn't really pay attention, you wouldn't see me in the room. I was never the one for the loud chick. If I heard her before I seen her, I don't want shit to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play your position. And that's where a lot of things get messed up nowadays, is you got chicks trying to play dudes' positions, or dudes allowing chicks to try to play their position, and a dude trying to play the chick's position. I ain't trying to play no chick position. If I got to play your position, then I need to get rid of you and get a chick that can play her position. And she should be thinking the same thing about me. Damn, if I got to play this dude, I got to play some of his position. Why do I have him? Why do I got to have a dude that I got to do all my shit and do some of his shit? I got my stuff together, and every now and again I have to tell her, whoa, you cross, hey, stay on that side. I got this. Stay on this side, because here's the thing. I ain't coming on your side. And I see things, well, I saw that was like that 2 days ago. Well, why didn't you say something? I'm like, because that's your game. That's your part. Okay, tell you what, you go down Isaac's Transportation on their way to the yard to pick up that D7 dozer. You gonna go down there and load it up, or you gonna clean the kitchen? Because I know how to clean the kitchen, but do you want to go load that dozer? She like, bye. I'm thank you. Oh, I need to say it like obsidian. Thank you. I'm going, I'm going, but see, I'm going to do what I do. So, I mean, and I appreciate it. I appreciate what you do. I don't look down on what you do. And I'm going to do, because I got to do what I got to do. If you high five me, cool. If you don't high five me, that's still cool, because I still got to do it. I'm telling you, I never look for the loud chick. I never look for the in your face chick. I never been for the I gotta be seen. I gotta be brighter, louder, taller than you chick, because that's the chick I'm gonna leave alone. And one thing I know, I'm gonna make some people mad. I never, ever mess with a chick that had kids. I don't diss dudes that do. I don't bemoan dudes that do. I don't begrudge dudes that do. You got kids? Yeah, I ain't want nothing to do with her. I wouldn't be mean.
Same here.
I wouldn't mess with her because I didn't have kids. Now
I just made that my criteria. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you advise your kids to do the same thing, Nick? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Don't mess with people. Did you tell your kids don't mess with people who have kids as well?
Sure. And none of my kids are single parents, and none of my kids mess with or dating folks that got kids. None of them. And all my kids are grown. All my kids are adults. And none of my kids are married. And so far, none of them got one daughter. She want to get married so she can have kids, but she's not gonna have kids until she gets married. And I don't have. And the thing is, certain things, bruh. This one thing I need to tell a lot of people. You don't have to tell. Sometimes your kids or underlings, or even people that follow you around, people that's under you, the neighbor's kid or your nephew, cousins and whatnot. If you lead by example, it's a whole bunch of shit you ain't got to say. See, because and a lot of people got that one uncle that sit there smoking herb telling you, don't do what I do, young blood.
Yep.
Don't know what I ain't saying he's not a bad guy. I ain't saying he's a bad guy, but I ain't fucking with him when it come to life shit, because you ain't got your life together.
See, and I want to cut in there really quick on you, Nick, because one thing that you mentioned is that you said that you did not go for women who had kids. And
I
as
did.
a result,
Never have.
That was your moral. That was your standard. As a result, that trickled down to your daughter.
Yeah.
Also, so look, brothers. All those brothers in the chat room that's talking about being against marriage, being against monogamy or whatever. This brother established a standard and moral for his life, and that trickled down to his daughter, where his daughter is not a baby mother. I mean, if that's not one of the methods for developing a future of successful Black families, I don't know what is. I just want to cut in there and commend you for that, bro.
No, you're fine. And Matthew don't have any kids either. He hasn't made any kids. Matt ain't made no kids. The girl ain't got no kids.
It started with a Black man making the decision. It started with you.
Yeah, lead by example. That's one thing.
Started with him. And
Daddy always said it. Granddaddy always said it.
And his grandparents.
Lead by example.
I think about changing the narratives and the trajectories, and I still like to ask Nick these questions. And so, A lot of us have never ever seen that in real life. A lot of us don't.
From the
First,
zoo.
I'm hearing it right now.
I'm from Detroit's West Side, and all of my dads, the men that my dad would hang with, were all family men. He hung with like-minded men.
Hello.
Same thing with, and you know, they come, and the same thing, my mother. So they didn't have to really tell me that because I'm looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm from a large family for the era, but it's the same thing with me. I don't hang, and I don't this dude that got baby by this one, baby by that one, that hoe on the string, that hoe on the, that's his life. But that ain't my life. But I'm not bringing you, but you're not going to be around the people that I'm influential to. Because I want them, they can see that on the street, but it becomes okay if they see it hanging with their daddy.
Yeah. On the panel last year we were on, Nick, you said one of the realest things that you said a lot of real things, but this is one of the real things that stood out.
Thanks, bro.
You said in marriage, there are times you won't like the person, you won't even love the person, but you'll go home. And there's times where she won't love you or like you. I'm gonna be off a little bit with the wording, but the bottom line
was, but you're close. That's close.
It was go home either way. There's extended time periods where you might not love or like the person and vice versa, but you go home.
It's anyway. A business. It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a business. I mean, pretty much is a business, because I look at it like this. I've had my time in the sun, and that's just the way it is. Oh, and there's something else I want to get to before I shut myself up. At the end of the day, I'm still sort of living for me, but I'm living for them 3 knotheads too. I keep coming. They grown, but they still my babies. They still my kids. You know, and the first thing daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at, but so that means I have an impact on their life, because I hear them say things that I said, but I wasn't talking to them. And I hear them talking to other people, and they say things that I said, but they just heard me say it, even though I wasn't talking to them. The street that, well, we say the streets is watching, your house is watching you even closer. I can tell you stuff verbatim that my daddy said 30 years ago, verbatim, 40 years ago, verbatim. You know, I can tell you what my daddy told me before I went out on the football field when we were playing for city championships at Cooley High School in Detroit, Michigan. I can tell you what he was wearing. How about that? Now, I was the kid. So if I had that kind of clairvoyance into my parents and grandparents, why would I think mine wouldn't have it in me? The streets is watching. Your kids is watching. Your friends is watching. Hey, I bet you all of y'all done had a dude chick try to hit at you on the cool. At least once. Yes, no?
Yeah, that's real.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me do something real quick. Let me shout the super chat. Shout out to Ringo TV Raw, man, my YouTube big bro in the building. I just saw him. I want to acknowledge him for being in here. Shout out to Black Male Advice TV. He's the one that encouraged me to keep going with YouTube and shit. Well, I wasn't taking it that serious, and he told me to keep going. Joshua Barnes, thank you, brother, for the $9 super chat. Congratulations, like you graduated from Texas State. Doug B. Simpin. $5 super chat. What up, Kevin?
My man, Doug.
Brothers really need to stop shaming brothers for their life choices. If marriage is not for you, don't try to discourage other brothers from wanting to take a chance with marriage. Shout out to you, brother. And also, don't forget to keep on following us. You know, I got to get my little promo. Facebook.com/Negro Manosphere. We got over 1,000 follows in the last 3 days. So I appreciate it. If you're not on there, keep coming over there, supporting us on. Like and follow the page. Because again, we're going to be over there doing some great things on that page, man. You want to, because Facebook allows me to do stuff I can't do on YouTube, so it's going to get real. Go ahead, guys.
Man, I want to see. I'm ready for Reverend Do You Wrong. Shit. I don't know what you.
Oh yeah. Third box. Yeah. I might move that over there specifically. So
I'm ready. I'm ready for Dr. Action and Reverend Do You Wrong. Reverend Do You Wrong. He ain't worth a shit.
right. Good old Rev.
Yeah, but man, what I was saying about the somebody old lady, married or not, then shot at you on the side. How I was saying the streets is watching, your house is watching. Guess what? People outside your house is watching. That's why she shot at you on the cool, because she sees something. She figured you got something that she can trick off of and see if she can pull it out of you. Now, whether you fall for that or not, that's up to you. Me, no, I'm good. Thank you. Already got one of you. I'll be damn. I'll be putting up with two of y'all motherfucking hoes and shit pointing at me. Fuck that. But sometime one is too many. And like I always say, I stole Bill Withers song saying, you too much for one man, but you're not enough for two. You know what I'm saying? So So I mean, just let me know, and down the road I'll go, because I'm good. I'm good at what I do. I can feed myself. But man, everybody, no response. That was hilarious. But no, they're watching you. So if you don't be that uncle that's smoking herb, telling your nephew don't do what I do. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Okay, did the nephew listen to him? Hell, he's sitting there smoking herb with him. You fucking up, nephew. You fucking up. Leave. And the family members I have that's like that, I kept my kids away from them, because I don't need. Life is hard enough as it is when you doing everything right, and it's even harder when you add in fuck shit from other people and you figure you supposed to be cool with it just because you got the same last name. And on that, then I'm a duck out. I'm on this last part about what I'm gonna make it clear about the kids and stuff, the women with kids. If a dude got kids, I think the best person for him to get with is a chick with kids. And vice versa. If he don't have kids, and if she don't have kids, I tell, because I'm not just a dude thing. I tell chicks the same thing. Do you have kids? She say no. Don't fuck with no dude that got kids. It's just that simple. There's half your battle is over with right there. Half the battle, because you ain't got to be dealing. You ain't gonna be dealing with Lemon Quisha, Boom Chica, and them. You ain't gonna be dealing with them hoes, because as soon as he get another chick, here them hoes come, and they throwing salt. Same thing with the dudes. Soon you messing with this chick, got come Jared Quavius Sr. I'll come to check on little Jared Quavius. He better not told me that you done that to him, son. Don't make me pull up, my nigga. What? No. Avoid them chicks. Avoid. Hey, I look at him like a for someone, but she look good. She got a fat ass though. Look, I know a Ferrari when I see one. I look at it and smile, but I don't want to drive that motherfucker. Fuck that. I don't want the car note or the insurance, and I'll mute myself.
Really quickly, do we see the comment from Declaration?
Yep.
So basically, with the liberal politics failing to attempt replicate a benefit to strong families, again, it goes to this something for nothing attitude that a lot of people have, men and women. And if you notice, when it comes to the family part, when the brother Nick was saying to lead by example, if you think about it, a lot of your married men are the people in your community that are help raising the community, the children in the community. Most of your married men are your football coaches, your boxing trainers, your Boy Scouts, the Boy Scout leaders. I'm sorry, the pastors and ministers that are, and having an impact on these kids. And relating that back to the topic with the discipline, when you have that type of discipline, you are given these types of positions because they know that more times than none, because there are some exceptions, more times than none, that you could be placed in a coaching position or a position of authority because you're not trying to mess with all the women that might come included with the benefits of the position.
I was the assistant football coach of Sam Houston High School in San Antonio, Texas. So you're right.
That's real. There are certain positions that only married people can get into.
Absolutely.
People won't say it. People will not say it, but there's something to it where if you're married, you're more likely to get promoted to and even invited into certain friend circles, certain positions. There's something there.
And again, we know there's exceptions to the rule, but there's exceptions, but it doesn't prove the rule. And so when you have that discipline, people look at you like you're able to handle these types of responsibilities. Even if you work a 9 to 5 at your job, look at who your supervisors are or your managers are. I guarantee you most of them are married. Why? Because they don't have time to mess with people at the office. They have to get the work done so they can go home and take care of their wife and kids. When you have a position of that stature, a lot of times you may not even have time to mess with the women in the office because you're in meetings all day. You have projects that you have to get done. You have a deadline at 5 o'clock to get this done. So you don't have time to mess with, the new chick on the 3rd floor. You got to get that project done because the 80, 90 grand a year you get says, Negro, you better complete your projects on time, no excuses, and you got to get it done.
I mean, this marriage conversation in this space is just so, it's getting so old. As it concerns the pushbacks. The facts are the facts. Married dudes is just doing better, accomplishing more, and not saying that to diminish those fellas who are single who desire to do that. But it's just, it's exhaustive. And I'm just taking a different approach because I don't know if you brothers know, I kind of frequent other areas that kind of had these marriage discussion in the manosphere, and I'm just so over it because I'm like, you know,
but you undercover savage. You be savage in some of the chats. I'm like, God damn, David, savage.
Because the proof is in the pudding. A lot of these dudes, I think at the foundation of it, a lot of these dudes are very, I guess, self-centered and focused on a lot of self-aggrandizement. They think that they are the atypical prime ape or alpha male, and they really are not as successful as they really think they are. Because let's just
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not an alpha male. I'm a sigma. I'm a sigma male. I'm a proud sigma.
I just want to hit this really quickly. I'm gonna back off of it because I'm just tired of these dudes saying this. Men who have done the most in this world are men who have done things for others. Right? There are even prizes and awards. The Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prizes for individuals who have made strong contributions to the world. These individuals aren't focused about just building themselves up and focusing on themselves and thinking about just diminishing everybody else and thinking that they're just gonna fight their way to the top by just this strong individualism and this strong just diminishing of women and people. So but the thing about it is that a lot of times in the family structure, in the marriage structure, one thing that you have to learn, and Brother Hassani and other brothers can definitely back this up, is that you have to learn how to focus on doing things for others. You have to do things for your wife. You have to do things for your children. You have a level of responsibility above that of someone who is single and focusing on themselves. Again, nothing is wrong with that. But you can't just say married men are dumb and stupid. We have a whole level
marriage ain't for everybody.
It's not. And let me tell you the better question that these single brothers need to be asking, because they say, oh, these women are taking up all your time. You're not going to be as successful if you're married and everything. Let me tell you, we're married and we're more successful than a lot of the single men. These are just the factors. They need to be asking us, how are you so successful with so many responsibilities? rather than that. Like you need to be getting game from me because I'm able to do a lot of different things. I'm able to maintain a family and maintain corporate and business relationships.
If
And
you lay the foundation for the family, it's easy to manage.
come on, man.
I know very few people. I know very few men. I don't have the exact numbers on this, right? So I can't give exact like data. I know very few.
I
men
gotta ask O'Shea something. Go ahead.
who
No, you
aren't
don't.
married.
Y'all about to go. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. You niggas
Sorry,
gotta-
No,
you
move
niggas
the
gotta
thing on the screen. Who is that skirt?
go.
Who the thing
Y'all
on the
gotta.
screen?
You niggas gotta go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you gonna say because it's 5. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
most men that I know who are married make. No, I'm sorry. For the people who I know who make over 120 or 150 and upwards a year, 90% of them are married. 90%. Now that might just be my friend circle. I don't know, but I would love to know the data on income earners and men who are married. I think it's pretty high.
Yeah, I do. But let me just do this, y'all. It is 5 in the morning. Shout out to Ringo right there. You niggas gotta go. It was a good bill, but it's 5 in the morning. I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off.
Take it off. Take it off, brother.
I gotta do this haul of games. I got these flashcards, and y'all niggas are long-winded now. But love you. It was a great show. It was a great show. It was yesterday, man. The numbers are really getting up there. I want to thank you brothers for coming on. All of you brothers, like Nick has a very good experience in a lot of small business, big business stuff, and especially talk about running inventory and things. Nobody knows it like Nick Taylor. So just a whole bunch of guys, different age groups, different businesses on the podcast right now. I'm gonna let you guys close it out, and then we're gonna go ahead and end it. Go ahead, brother. Make it quick.
Okay. I'm Nick Taylor. Appreciate you, Duke, for bringing me in. Appreciate all y'all, and I get to hang around with some heavy hitters. I love hanging around with hitters, because it makes it go easier, and the information passes around. Y'all be good, be safe, peace.
All right. And
Sonny, Ali. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, player.
No, I was just gonna say, keep that discipline. You're gonna suffer for a little bit, but once you come out the man you're supposed to be, all the benefits will pour in and then some. And I'll leave it at that.
Gabe here. Just want to sign off. Listen, I'm not having this marriage discussion no more. I think the mic has been dropped. Listen, you need to get game from us about how we're able to manage all our responsibilities. But thank you for having us, and control your penis. All right, I'm out.
All right, and Dr. D, any last words?
I appreciate being on the show and listening to everybody else and soaking up some game. And the last thing I'll say to black men: don't try to look successful, become successful.
Right. And let me say this, and shout out to Andre Hadget. He has this Black Male Insurance Life Panel. Make sure you check that out, the link there. And also, my brother Grown Man Business is live right now. So if you guys are familiar with his channel, go and support him on the live show. The link is there. You can go to Grown Man Business YouTube channel, and you can check out, I'll put this right out. He has a live stream called Where Is Your Crown? Go over there. Tell him that O'Shea Duke Jackson sent you. He's been doing a whole lot of great streams. He's another married brother too, out of Alabama. Makes a lot of money. So, Gabe will be happy to hear that. So go over and check him out, man. Grown Man Business. You know what I'm saying? Go support him on the stream. Go subscribe to his channel. Go check him out. He's a YouTuber that's growing in this space. He's a good brother. He really wants to see black men win. So hope you brothers can go over there and support him on his live stream right now. So if you still want to go to the live streams, head over to Grown Man Business's YouTube channel. All right. And tell him that O'Shea sent you, and just enjoy yourself. Go in there. Guys, thank you for the show. It was great. Thank you for everybody who super chatted. Thank you for everybody who's been supporting us again on Facebook, supporting us on Patreon. The Hall of Game is something that we committed to on the daily, right? As much as I do my celebrity junks and the gossip and, some of the other stuff. I try to be dedicated to these kind of shows because it brings in different kinds of people on different topics. And I know that professional black male content is what's needed. So shout out to all the brothers. Thank you guys for just bearing with us. And, you know, tomorrow we might not have a show, but we might, right? And guys, go over and head over to Grown Man Business. Hassani Ali, I did your video response to your article. Talk about money as much as you talk about women. So you'll do that. Shout out to Brother Gabe. Gabe over there dropped 50. Thank you, Brother Gabe, for doing it. And guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Everybody go over there and support Brother Hassani on his channel. See you, brothers. See you, Dr. Dee, Hassani, Nick. Thank you so much. And see you guys maybe tomorrow, if not the next day. Peace.
Peace.